Let's go to our next one. I don't even know if we finished this one. We're gonna go to the next one. All right. Did the defense take a step backwards, or was Joe Burrow simply in one of his can't miss modes? And I personally want to start with this one. I don't think the defense took a step backwards. There are just certain people in the NFL that you can't mess with. And I don't want to say, please replace mess with something else. But there are certain people in there you can't mess with. And that number one for Cincinnati, he is one of them. It don't care. I don't care if I'm throwing it to him, Chris throwing it to him, Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, Joe Cool. It don't matter. If he can get any space, he's gonna get the ball no matter how you do it. If it's a regular route, if it's I see you scrambling, let me adjust. If it's a jump ball, if it's a screen and I gotta, turn into a running back, he is just one of them ones. And him being suspended that game before, I knew he was gonna kill us. I ain't know if he was gonna do enough to win the game, but I knew he was gonna kill us. For the same reason, I know Lamar's gonna play lights out next week. But that's like I said, that's another topic for another day. But go ahead, guys.
Yeah, for me, I thought the defense played well enough to win a game. I think so. There's two fatal flaws on this team right now. It's obviously the offensive line, and then two, it's the inconsistency as far as being able to get pressure on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And that stands out even more when you're playing in Cincinnati with Burrow and Jamar Chase. And what you saw in this game was the inability to get pressure start to kind of really, bother Orr, and then it made him kind of press, and it made him kind of send some stuff that maybe he didn't necessarily want to send. And they got some big plays off of it. That Andre Yoshiva's touchdown, prime example of that. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to have Rowe in that position to try to man up on Yoshivas in that situation, but it gets tight. Pressure gets on you. Burrow ain't the average quarterback. When he's getting comfortable back there in the clean pocket and surveying things and getting positive gains every down, it forces you to kind of start overcompensating, and that's what he had to do. And Cincinnati was able to take advantage and make some plays. But all in all, I thought the defense, did what they needed to do. I mean, that with those turnovers and what was happening on offense, the Ravens could have really, really got ran out of the building. Mm-hmm. Like they really could have did them dirty. But the defense held up. I mean,
didn't they get didn't they have a 1st and goal and didn't score?
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they stood up on multiple occasions. I mean, I know Chase did his thing, but Cheeto made some plays on Chase as well. And so, yeah, I don't have issue with the defense at all. I mean, the only issue I would have is, EDC saw what this pass rush was in the preseason and didn't do enough to address it. And now we're kind of reaping not reaping the benefits, is the opposite of it.
Reaping what we sow.
Right. Exactly.
Reaping what we didn't sow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where we are right now. But, even with that, I thought the defense played well enough to win the game if the offense didn't, just totally wet the bed.
Yeah, I agree with what Kerry said. I thought they played well. You can't continue to put your defense in those type of situations and expect them to just keep holding on when you have Joe Burrow there, and then you have an elite wide receiver with Jamar Chase. Like, it's eventually they're gonna break through, and I thought they held their water for a long time until the Bengals finally broke through. But I like what I'm seeing from them. I mean, granted, like Kerry said, the pass rush is non-existent. It looked like our edge rushers were just running into a wall every time. Like, it was just there was no type of threat. And, the Ravens, they don't have the kind of pass rushers that match well against those big behemoths that the Bengals have. They have two huge tackles,
Orlando and Mims.
And those guys, they're just going to wait there, be patient, because they know you're not going to run through them.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have that kind of confidence to know that a Mike Green's not going to be able to run through them, or Kyle Van Noy's not going to be able to run through them, that makes their job so much easier. And it showed on Thursday night. So hopefully with, Tavius possibly coming back, they can add a little bit more something to the edge room, a little bit more physicality that they're kind of lacking right now when it comes to the edge. Hopefully that he can bring some type of juice, because right now it's a little bit in the dire side right now.
Sudden, did I hit you on this one?
No, I won't spend too long on this one.
No, I just don't want to make, because Chris know I'll skip folks, so that's why I be asking.
No, I mean they cover most of the points. It's just for me, man. Like we just mentioned, the pass rush is just pretty much non-existent in certain scenarios. And the biggest thing is this: the Ravens were kind of smelling themselves coming into this Thanksgiving game, coming off of a 5-game win streak. But you're going up against a Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league at throwing with anticipation, right? And when you have to sacrifice your back end by rushing all these DBs all the time, it's going to be his dream to just throw one-on-one Yoshivas, right? I think it was Yoshivas, right? Versus Roquan Smith, one-on-one.
Right. Yeah.
Every single time. I'm gonna put that on the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you look at the pass,
and that ain't like downing Roquan.
It's not.
It's just a mismatch.
It's just a mismatch, right? But you look at the Ravens' past couple of opponents, right? I mean, who else was going to be able to kind of replicate that for them? Caleb Williams doesn't throw with anticipation like that. He likes to extend plays, make big plays down the field. The Dolphins, when we played them, were an absolute dumpster fire, right? They had nothing going for themselves, even though I think Tua, he kind of has to play with anticipation. But again, they're just a dumpster fire. The Vikings, J.J. McCarthy's not doing it. Shedeur Sanders wasn't doing it. Dylan Gabriel wasn't doing it that well. Tyrod Taylor for the Jets wasn't doing it, right? But when Joe Burrow comes to town, you have to be able to get pressure with 4. And that's my main concern going into the playoffs. If the Ravens were to make it, I'm going to knock on wood. If the Ravens were to make it, I don't think that the offense would be the biggest issue. I think that the offense will pick it up. Like I said, a couple balls got to bounce our way with Lamar Jackson. We'll be fine. But the defense, I can see us getting into some shootouts and against some upper echelon quarterbacks, right, who can throw a little bit of anticipation. That could be scary. That could be very, very spooky if we cannot get home with Mike Green, Kyle Van Noy, Tavius Robinson, all those guys that we currently have in the edge rushing room. That has got to be a huge point of emphasis this offseason, as it's had to been the past couple of years, right? And we just kind of been taking swings at it. Mike Green, of course, we all kind of put, I don't want to say false hope in him, but second-round pick was supposed to be a first-round pick. He's got to grow into his NFL body. Hopefully, he can kind of transition into being a much more, tenacious pass rusher than he is right now. Because, like you said, Chris, I mean, those tackles for the Bengals were big. And if you watch some of that tape, Coach, I know you watched it. I know all you guys watched it. Mike Green was getting stonewalled on certain plays, right? It was just nothing he could do, right? It was kind of like you guys know the Kevin Hart when he did what you doing, where you going? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. So we got to get better on that front, man. I'll just leave it at that.
That was, I think the new one was a good watch too, since you brought it up. I don't know if you saw it or not. It came out.
I checked it out. It was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was funny. I love how Kevin uses his own personal life to tell stories. And the guy he raced is from my hometown.
Oh, who was it?
Stephen Ridley. Stephen Ridley.
Okay.
He didn't go to the public high school I worked at. He went to the private school, but he was from my hometown. He played at LSU. But yeah, I when I saw it, I'm like, hold on, I think I know that dude. And then when they showed it close up, I say, that's really. So Kevin Hunt out there racing a real NFL player, which is crazy. But if you haven't seen it, go. And a lot of y'all don't like Kevin. I do. And he funny to me. Forget what y'all talking about. He funny to me.